was waking up and being unable to walk. I was having like mad heart palpitations. My hair started falling out. I'd wake up and half of my face would be swollen. But I had a mental health breakdown about 10 years ago, and it completely transformed my life. And I was in hospital for quite some time. The physical side of things made them take things a bit more seriously. It wasn't necessarily something in my head, because when you say to someone that I'm always tired, it's like, oh, well, have a nap then, you know. I know it feels so frivolous because it's just makeup, but for me, makeup gives me confidence. You know, like when I put myself together and everything, I feel good, and knowing that I've kind of given that feeling to someone else just makes me feel great, you know.
You are beautiful, you are powerful, you are
Hey beautiful, welcome back to the Kiya Convos podcast. This is a space for all things wellness, self-care and empowerment. I'm your host, Amoah, and today we have the absolutely gorgeous Sonya.
Hello everybody, hi. I'm so happy to be here. Yay.
Thank you so much for agreeing to come on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I feel so honoured to be here.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. So much to get into. You have an amazing influencer page with the makeup and the tips and the everything, and then you also have your personal lupus journey. So we're going to get into all of that.
Okay, good.
But let's start at the beginning. For anyone that's new to seeing you, haven't come across you online yet, let us know who you are and who you were before you started out online.
Sure. Well, I'm Sonya Elle Dee. I have a Instagram and TikTok where I do makeup tutorials primarily, but also give beauty tips as well. But I am also sharing a little bit about my technology.
That's fine.
I've started sharing a lot about my health journey and my journey with lupus as well. So before this, I worked in design. Primarily fashion, so I was a pattern cutter, but I also did I'm someone, I have like my hand in a lot of different things. So I've got a family who's in politics and also in radio as well, so I was doing a little bit with them as well along the way. So lots of little things that I don't really share, but
okay, so you keep most things, some things offline, and
I'm very private online. Very private, but I'm trying to be a bit more vulnerable and open now that I see that my platform's grown and that I don't know, I guess I have a stage to kind of speak about things which people don't necessarily do. So I'm trying to be a bit more open now. You never know who's watching, who's listening and stuff, and who your story could help. So
So what made you, so did you start out with makeup online?
I actually started talking about mental health actually. My page, so I got into makeup because I was going through a lot with my mental health, and it was kind of suggested as a thing to do as a part of like cognitive behavioral therapy. So it was like this thing that I did to kind of take my mind off stuff. So and then I just started recording it, and I was talking about my mental health as well at the beginning of my social media journey. And then like the makeup side of things kind of took off a bit more, and I was enjoying that. So I just kind of leaned into that.
Do you mind delving a bit more into the mental health side of things?
Yeah, absolutely fine. Because I was very open about it in the beginning, but I don't know, I've kind of started, I got a bit more guarded as time went on. But I had a mental health breakdown about 10 years ago, and it completely transformed my life. And I was in hospital for quite some time as well. So it was quite serious. And makeup was the start of me rebuilding my life. And it kind of helped me get my mind back on the right path.
What caused that situation?
I had a series of unfortunate events, but one after the other. It was just, when they say when it rains it pours, literally that was life for me back then. And I just had a massive crash. I already was dealing with depression, but that, like everything that happened in that time, it kind of just pushed me into a place I would never ever want to go back into again. And I had to start from zero. I literally had to start from zero.
Sorry you went through that. But what I always find is when people go through something, once they've been able to go through it and come out on the other side, they're often better and they learn. So it's like, I'm sorry, but then I'm glad you've learned and been able to become the person you are today.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. I don't know if you're spiritual at all or anything, or
I'm
like,
a Christian.
Christian, same as well. So I always believe like God breaks you down sometimes to rebuild you into something greater, and that completely was my story through. Sorry.
It's okay.
So can I just? I'll just put that on silence. Sorry. There we go. Yeah. Apologies. But yeah, I feel like I had to go through that, and my life wasn't necessarily in the best place before then as well, and it forced me to be still, it forced me to actually have to listen to what God wanted for my life and everything. So yeah, in many ways it was a blessing.
So what, apart from, I'm assuming, your faith got you out of that situation, but you mentioned the makeup, so how did that come about initially?
Well, so I started therapy, but I was doing cognitive behavioral therapy, and that's basically kind of finding different ways to deal with your emotions, so focusing on other things. So it's about how you process your emotions, I guess. And I already enjoyed makeup, but it was kind of said, well, why don't you do it more as in a therapeutic kind of way? So yeah, that's where it started. That's where all these colours started coming out and everything. So my background before was in art as well, so fine art. That's what I did my degree in previously. So I don't know, it felt like these two worlds colliding. So self-care, beautification, and my fine art all coming together, where I was using myself as my canvas to kind of express myself and also relax in that time as well. Yeah, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. Yeah. I love it. So how long has it been since you started that journey?
So I'd say 10 years in total since I started getting into makeup, but then the social media stuff came about probably about 6 years ago.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
What made that come about?
I don't know, I just had this camera sitting there. Had this lighting, because I always loved photography as well. And, I'm talking rubbish. My mum's a mental health champion for where I grew up.
Okay.
And she was doing this thing with Mind. And basically she asked me to share my story so she could share it in her thing that she was doing. And I did that, but then because I'd recorded that, I just said, oh, well, let me see if I can record makeup as well. So yeah, I did something for YouTube, and then that came about afterwards. Yeah, so it kind of pushed everything into a very small sentence there, but it was bigger than that. Yeah.
And how did you find sharing your story?
Really hard and daunting. That was the first time I actually spoke openly about what happened. Even so, I've got a very small friend group, very tight, close-knit family, and very few people knew what happened. Everyone knew I just disappeared out of the blue, but no one really knew why. So talking about it in such an open way where anyone could access it, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot, but it was also quite freeing to do as well. It almost felt like this secret that I had that was holding me hostage, that I was kind of scared of people finding out about, but being open about it and just saying it out loud. Hey, I went through this happened to me, this person who everyone kind of felt like had everything together. Saying it out loud was, it was freeing. I felt so free afterwards. I was like, I'm human. I'm allowed to go through these things. I'm allowed to crack. I'm allowed to break. Yeah.
I remember you did say, sorry, how long were you in the hospital for?
3 months.
3 months, okay.
Yeah. 3 months.
And how have you found your journey mentally since that period?
Up and down. Like now, I feel like I'm in a solid place now. It's never fully solid, but more solid, I guess, than before. But yeah, I feel like I'm definitely in a better place now. I feel like I know how to manage my mental health now. whereas before it just felt like everything was just so new, so fresh, and just was able to fall apart. Whereas now I've got my support system, I know who I can turn to, I've got my family, my friends there and stuff, so I don't, even when I'm going through stuff, I never truly feel alone. So and I've also got back to my faith and praying and stuff, so I'm never going for anything by myself now.
What does managing it look like? What things do you do to just, self-care?
I pray for everything right now. I pray, I meditate, very different things for me. I spend time with my friends, but I'm also fine spending time by myself as well, and just allowing myself to just be silent and still and just going through it. Whereas before, I feel like if something happened, I would almost shy away from going through it, It's like I feel like I just have to be strong, and whatever it is, I have to put a brave face on and Now it's just like, no, do you know what, if something is bad, I'm allowed to cry. I'm allowed to let it hurt, and I'm allowed to, like, because I feel like those kind of emotions, we're forced to like push them aside and just be very strong for it, be resilient, be this and that. And it's like, no, sometimes you have to hurt in order to heal. So allowing myself to just do that.
That's really interesting. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and we were speaking about health in general, and then I was speaking about some health challenges I've had, and she said, why didn't you notice? And I said, do you know what, I usually just put things aside. Okay, I'm in pain, but I still need to do this, I need to get the kids ready, I need to get this order out, etc. So a lot of times we do dismiss, whether it's physically or our emotions, and I don't think we're really taught to process things. So what I found, even just in having these conversations, is that a lot of, I would say, Black women suppress emotions, and it's to our detriment, and it's something that we need to wake up and understand that, no, you need to sit through these things. You can't just put things aside or under the carpet. It all builds up, and we don't see it until it explodes, and then it's like it's too late. So that's really
100%. I think that's always been my way of managing things. It's just going on autopilot, and if anything, I will go. So when I was going through my breakdown before, I was studying, and I tell you that in terms of studying, that's the best I've ever been. Because my mind just went to, I have to put everything into this, so I can't feel that, so I was putting everything into my studies, into my work. I wasn't sleeping because I didn't want a single moment where I had to feel this thing that I was going through. And definitely to my detriment. And I put a lot of that down to being a Black woman and this mantle that's placed upon us of how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be resilient, we're supposed to be strong Black women, blah, 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 blah. Which we are, but I think there is the strength in feeling, the strength in going through these things as well.
100%. I agree. You have such a calming spirit. I was just saying. It's lovely. I just feel like, I feel relaxed.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
No, I love it. So, okay, so you started on Instagram about 6 years ago. Doing makeup. What did that journey look like? When did your account start to grow?
It feels like it's been with social media, you go through these little seasons of like, there's like mad growth, and then it just will stop, and then you'll start losing followers out of nowhere. But when I started, I had a big, like, I had this big jump when I started, because quite early on, one of my videos was reposted for Fenty, and then I had this massive influx of followers, and then it just stopped. It stopped out of nowhere, which was fine. I think when you go into this world, you learn that there is a blessing in those times where there isn't major growth, because you get to like develop yourself in that, and kind of figure out what it is that you want to do without this pressure or feeling like I have to get followers and stuff. So
And then what were your highlights so far?
There's been so many highlights. And I think probably not necessarily in the way that I felt it was going to be. Like the good things which have come from, like, one of the good things that have come for me is this feeling of community.
Okay.
And I never knew how much that would mean to me, you know, when I get these little messages from people from all over the world, and it's like, even just saying that just feels a bit wild. People from all over the world just saying, oh, thank you. Like, you've taught me how to do my makeup, or now how to do my eyeliner now, or I tried this look that you did. I get so many pictures every week of people saying, look, I did this look and stuff. And that just melts my heart. Like, sometimes I wake up and I'm having a bad day or like my videos aren't doing well or something, or you just, sometimes you feel like you're not seen. And then you'll get a picture from someone. I had someone from in South Africa the other day just sent me a picture of this full look, and she literally replicated the whole look that I did, and that just, it made my week. And I said it to her, I don't know if she really, if you're watching, yeah, that really did make my week, that made my month and everything. Like, because it's just, it's lovely to just feel like you're doing something to help someone else, or you're making someone else's day better. I know it feels so frivolous because it's just makeup, but for me, makeup gives me confidence. You know, like when I put myself together and everything, I feel good, and knowing that I've kind of given that feeling to someone else just makes me feel great.
I love it. And you're right, it's something that people use in a multitude of ways. How you used it initially to express yourself, they use it for confidence. So it's something important that you're doing. It's never just makeup or just hair or just, you know, beauty has such an impact on our lives, our day-to-day lives. So yeah,
agreed. Yeah,
special.
And when I was younger, so like, seeing people do their makeup now, it's not how it was when I was younger. Like, we didn't have social media. We had no way of really learning how to beat your face, how to contour, anything like that. So it was trial and error, and often error. And being able to like help people on that journey now is, it feels good.
Yeah,
it
I love
feels good.
it.
Yeah, it's something I didn't have.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been on this journey now 6 years online. When did you start to notice you're experiencing changes with your health?
Oh, that was like probably about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was on holiday and I was in Jamaica having the time of my life. And I couldn't hold my phone, and it's like the phone kept on dropping out of my hand, and literally, like, I just kept on having all these pains. But even before then, I was having issues with fatigue. But I'd say it probably started over COVID. So they wasn't really sure if it was long COVID or if it was an effect of things that was happening then, or if it was a mental health issue. Like, there were so many other things thrown up, but it wasn't until 2 years ago where things started to get taken seriously, because I was waking up and being unable to walk. I was having like mad heart palpitations. My hair started falling out. I'd wake up and half of my face would be swollen. So it's like the physical side of things made them take things a bit more seriously. It wasn't necessarily something in my head, because when you say to someone that I'm always tired, it's like, oh, well, have a nap then, you know. Or they start throwing other things in there. But when you can actually see it, when it's physical and there's swelling there and stuff like that, they have to, the doctors started taking things a lot more seriously. I think I started taking things a bit more seriously then as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what symptoms were you having when you initially went to the doctors?
When I initially went to the doctors, I just had joint pains, and sorry, I'm smiling now because I'm at an age group where all my friends, we all have joint pains. Yeah, it's like we've all got the bad knees right now, so we're always joking about that. But I kind of just felt like it could have been that, but it felt like it was more constant stuff. And then, as I said before, I'd wake up and just doing something that's just like brushing my teeth or just getting up out of bed, it was becoming increasingly hard every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of, it started to become a bit more obvious that something more serious was going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you mentioned they didn't necessarily think straight away what it was.
Oh, no. So with lupus, they say on average it takes about 6 years for someone to be diagnosed, because they call it the great imitator, because it can mimic a lot of other illnesses. So at first it can feel like a really bad case of the flu or COVID or something like that. And then you get rashes and it's like, oh, well, that could be sunburn. This could be that. So yeah, it's hard to actually diagnose it because it looks like so many other diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was researching, and it varies as well quite a lot between different. I say women because it affects women primarily, but I was doing some research on it, and it just seems like it's so difficult. Because the things almost seem unrelated as well.
And that's exactly how it happens as well. Like one week my joints was hurting, the other week I was having an issue with my hair, and then my skin, and it's like it took a long time for someone to actually look at everything all together collectively and say, hey, I think we need to see a rheumatologist now to look into things a bit more deeply. Yeah.
So what did that journey look like after you started seeing the rheumatologist?
Do you know, I was diagnosed pretty quickly. As soon as I saw the rheumatologist, they did these tests, and it was pretty obvious that straight away I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease within 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then with everything else, it was just, I think it took about 9 months in total, which I know sounds quite long, but in the scheme of things, of the years that I was going through stuff, was pretty quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you feel, first of all, when you got the diagnosis?
Oh my gosh. I broke. Like I literally broke. But going back to what happened before with my mental health breakdown, it was, I had the tools to kind of deal with it.
Okay.
You know, I already kind of like I knew who I could call. I knew like, I definitely I went into like this period of just quiet, and I prayed through it and stuff. But I also accepted that it was happening. I didn't try and hide away or anything. I just, I felt it. Yeah.
So, did you feel any kind of relief when they told you what it actually was, or was it just why me? Why?
No, did I feel relief? I wouldn't say that I felt relief. When I was told that I had an autoimmune disease, I felt relief because everything then started to make sense.
Okay, sure.
But then you kind of have this massive umbrella of things that it could be. So, but then once I started researching into those, because I never knew anything about lupus before, I just knew that it was something that you probably didn't want, you know, as with any disease, I guess. But I was in a state of fear to start off with once I started realizing how serious it was, because when I had those pains, when I was going to the doctors, I was expecting to be told, okay, you have this, here's something to fix it, here's something to cure it. But all these things that I'm looking at that come under this umbrella of what I have seem very permanent, and I was not ready for that at all. Yeah, even now, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, whoa, this is here to stay. And that can feel like a lot to deal with.
Yeah. So how have you found since your diagnosis, what have they done or what have you changed in your lifestyle, I guess, to manage the symptoms?
So I manage my time a lot better now.
Okay.
I think before I was someone I would do a lot for other people. Still do, but I know that there is a limit to what I can do. Whereas before I'll be up 24/7. Like if you need me, I'm there. Like, where do I have to drop you? Where do I have to pick you up? You know, what do you need? Do you need me here and stuff? Like I was that person. I would always be as physically present as I could for everyone else and stuff. But I kind of have to know that now I have this amount of units for this week and I have to spend them very wisely. So in a way, it's kind of, I don't even know how to say that. It's kind of made life a bit more purposeful now, because I only really spend my time doing what it is that I want and what I need to do, and spending time with people who I really, really, really want to spend time with them, you know, rather than kind of spending, like wasting my time doing nonsense. So yeah, in a way it's kind of been good, because I've filtered out a lot of nonsense in my life. Yeah.
Have you had to make any other lifestyle adjustments in terms of like diet?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, diet. So I've stopped drinking, which is great. Absolutely great. I was someone, I couldn't go out without having like a little something in my hand, you know, have like a glass of wine or something. But yeah, I've completely stopped drinking now. a lot more conscious of what I eat as well. So yeah, definitely on more of like a healthy journey, but that it helps, but it doesn't fix things. So
Okay, sure.
I get sent a lot of things from people about these anti-inflammation diets or people curing their lupus with diet and stuff like that. But it helps, but it doesn't. Yeah, I don't feel better or anything now. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that causes the flare-ups, or?
For me, it's overexertion.
Okay.
Yeah, overexertion. If I overexert myself, or if I don't sleep, oh my gosh, yeah. If I go through, but it's crazy because a lot of the medication I'm on now causes issues with sleep, but so it's supposed to be making me better, but it's making my symptoms worse. But yeah, sunlight. Yeah, so I was already a sunscreen fiend already. Like I'm slathering on SPF 50 everywhere, but now I have to be definitely a lot more cautious with that because yeah, the sun can trigger a flare very, very quickly. Even this UK sun. Yeah, so tiredness already, didn't I? Yeah, stress as well. Yeah, so you say, oh, I feel very calm because I have to be. But staying calm definitely helps me. Yeah, a lot.
So what are your flare-ups? So you said it was the skin rashes.
So I get this thing called Raynaud's. I think that's how you pronounce it, where basically your hands just feel like they're in ice all the time, but like it's like fiery ice. That's the only way I can. It burns. But it just feels like your hands are in hot ice. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and it like my joints will swell up, my skin will flare up big time, so I'll get really bad and rashy. I get swelling on my face as well. I did share a picture at the start of the year of my face, but yeah, literally like a balloon on one side. Yeah, and yeah, just problems with mobility. Yeah, mobility has probably been one of the hardest things to deal with because if you wake up and you can't move, if you can't move in the way that you normally would, that can be really scary.
Yeah. Is that down to the pain, or you're just
stiffness in general? It's just like my body's made out of tin or something. It's just like my joints just aren't working.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just feel like you just don't have the strength to actually move. Yeah.
Do you think it's something? Did you find that your symptoms were less when you first noticed them, and it's sort of become progressively worse, or was it something that came the same instantaneously?
I'd have a day or so of feeling bad, or like I'd have a day with my arm wouldn't work or something like that. Whereas now it feels like sometimes it's taken over my whole body. So yeah, it sometimes it does feel like it's worse now than what it was from before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how do you find that's affected your day-to-day life? I know you said you have a close knit. So are they quite understanding, and do they help you with things when necessary? Or
yeah, the help is there if I want it. But I'm a very so I'm quite a stubborn, headstrong person who I like to do things for myself and stuff. And I'm learning how to ask for help still, and it's something that I'm trying to be better with. But yeah, the support is there if I want it. I know I've got a group of people that would be there in an instant. But yeah.
Would you say it's something you're still kind of working through?
100%. I'm definitely still working with it. It's hard. I'm a very independent person, and yeah, now learning to just say I can't do this, I'm struggling with this or something. It's very, really hard. Yeah.
What made you decide? I know you don't share too much online, but what made you decide to share that you were living with lupus online?
A few people actually noticed that I wasn't okay in my videos and stuff, or like I would get messages and saying, "Are you all right? You don't seem like yourself" and stuff. So I think with what I do, as much as I don't always talk all the time, you are showing your face, and I think people could see that you're a little bit down and stuff. So I felt like I don't know, when you have a community like that of people who see you daily and stuff, it feels like I almost owe it to them as well, like, and also with my journey, it felt like I couldn't really find anyone else that was going through it in the way that I was, or anyone that looked like me as well. I wanted to, I don't know, I kind of feel for other people who are going through what I was going through, and I want to make sure that hopefully I can be a person that someone else can turn to if they are in that beginning stage of going through it as well.
Is it something you think when you're a bit more comfortable, you'd share more down the line?
Yeah, 100%. It's something I'm definitely trying to be a bit more aware of now.
Yeah.
But it's also something, because it's so hard to understand when you're going through it, it's hard to know, am I even saying the right thing as well? So yeah, I'm learning, I'm trying.
Yeah. No, it's so true, because I never really understood what lupus was.
Yeah.
It's something I've researched more recently, and it's like there aren't many people online that can, number one, explain what it is.
Yeah.
Number two, that are sharing the journey, especially people that look like us, that are sharing the journey. So it's so difficult to get information online, and I think that's quite challenging for people that are at the beginning stages, because it's like, do I have this thing? I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to. What do I do with this? What do I, so I think I'm glad you are starting to open up about it online. We need more people to open up, because I came across some research recently, and it's saying that a lot of Black women are developing autoimmune diseases at the moment. No idea why, but it's something that a lot more women are finding. They're getting diagnosed from 30s upwards. So I think the education is definitely necessary and needed online. So
100%. And stress is a huge trigger for lupus as well, which is why I kind of feel like we do go through it because of that. But something that I did notice as well is that things like the lupus rash, it's very hard to find pictures of it on Black skin. And it's one of the craziest things, because we Black women are we make up a very high number of people who are diagnosed with lupus, and it's like, well, why isn't there representation of what it looks like on us? It's like I kept on being asked, like, do I have this rash? And it's like, I'm showing this picture of a white person with it, and it's like, that looks nothing like what I have. But then when it did actually happen to me and I went to the doctor, I was like, yeah, that's a lupus rash. I was like, well, how am I supposed to know that? Go.
Yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, I did notice that online as well, that it predominantly affects Black women. So you'd think we'd make up the bulk of the research that's available online, but
not at all.
Have you found a community of other women that are living with lupus at the moment? Or
so I get messages from women with lupus, but in terms of having like a community, no, not yet. There is Lupus UK, which I'm a member of, but again, it just doesn't feel like the representation. I don't necessarily see myself in these places, but then I'm kind of understanding that maybe I do need to be the change as well. So maybe there is work for me to do there in order to be a representation of what lupus is for Black women. Yeah.
I mean, that's if you want to.
Because
it's
that's a job in itself. So that's another thing. It's just like, well, you feel like when you are in these positions, like, oh, well, I'm supposed to go and be this crusader for it. It's like, oh, I'm tired right now.
Maybe next week.
But who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
Well, that's thank you. Thank you for agreeing to share your journey here so far. I'm going to change gears slightly.
Okay.
What does self-care mean to you?
Oh gosh. Self-care to me would be so self-care to me is definitely like taking care of myself. But it doesn't have to be in the way that everyone else sees it as well. It's just things that make me feel good and stuff. So for me, it's being by myself. My 40, so I just had my birthday and I spent it by myself.
See, I saw this. 40 where? Please, I don't understand.
Thank you. Thank you. But I feel blessed to be 40, I really, really do. And being able to just spend that day by myself, it was the best thing ever. And not a lot of people understood why I wanted to do it in that way. And I feel like it's so important to understand what self-care is to you. And for me, it is being by myself, just being in my solitude, just me being on the beach in prayer, listening to the sea, surrounded by nature. That to me is peace and is the best thing for my mental health. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. if you've had a really stressful day,
Yeah.
You've been out and about, chaotic, you get home, what are you doing to relax?
Painting.
Oh wow,
I
you're
like to
proper
draw
creative.
and paint. Yeah, that's it. Get my sketchbook out. The acrylics are out and stuff. Just letting loose.
Mm-hmm.
With some music on in the background.
What kind of music?
Oh, so I'm into my Christian R&B at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
So we listening to Saint and Cat in the corner.
I'm a cat mom.
Oh
Yeah.
I've got 2 babies at home. That creativity, and that to me is peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Candle as well. I've got to have a candle burning too.
You seem like a candle burner.
Yeah. What are your cat's names?
What my cat's name?
Yeah.
Oh, she's called Willow.
Okay. Oh.
And 3 weeks ago today, she gave birth to 4 kittens.
Oh my gosh, you're a grandma.
I know, I'm a grandma.
Yeah.
So we have a tabby, a black and white, and 2 white tabbies.
Lovely.
They're very white and grey.
Yeah.
So I feel like I really want to keep one of them. The kids, I've got 3 kids. They want to keep all of them.
Okay.
We said no.
Oh.
But I'd love to keep one, maybe one of the white ones.
Yeah.
What's your cat's name?
So I've got Sienna and Shaba. Yeah.
Sienna and Shaba. Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely. What colour are they?
So Sienna, she's a ragdoll. So she's a seal point. So big, fluffy white cat with mittens and stuff.
Yeah.
And Shaba, he's black and white. Yeah. It's called Shaba because he had a little lean to his hair. So everyone said he looked like Shabba Ranks. So
oh, that's so cute. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Willow's black, and then she gave birth to these colourful babies. I
Lovely.
feel like the white ones could be ragdolls because the dad looks like a
Has he
ragdoll.
got that kind of vibe? Yeah.
So they've got like white fur, but then grey ears.
Okay.
Grey tails. So we're gonna see. I
I
hope
have
so.
little Siamese in there or something. Yeah.
They're so cute. No, I love
Lovely.
cats. Oh, lovely. You are such a vibe. I love it.
Gosh, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah. What are your plans for the rest of this year in terms of your socials?
In terms of my socials, I just want to, for myself, I definitely feel like I need to kind of be a bit more open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying this journey of being more vulnerable, and it's inviting in the community that I also need as well. So keep on being open, continue to be fabulous with eyeliners. And I just want to inspire as many people as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So I always ask my guests, what is your mantra for life?
Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.
Start where you are.
Use what you have.
Use what you have.
Do what you can.
Do what you can. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I'd have as a quote. I've got so many quotes on my phone.
It's on my wall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on my
Perfect.
wall. When you come into my flat, it's the first thing you see.
Yeah. What does your mantra mean to you?
It means that no matter what's going on in your life or where you are, what's happened, right now you've got a lot more resources than you actually even realize. And those are things that you can absolutely use to bring yourself up into God knows where. So use what you have, do what you can. Yeah. Start where you are. Just start. Get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's similar to something it's not necessarily my mantra, but something when I feel like I'm having a really hectic week, I just say to myself, you can only do what you can do.
Yeah.
Why are you stressing? Like you're a human being.
Absolutely that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this has been lovely. I just feel so zen right now.
Okay. It's good. I'm glad.
No, it's been so good. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing more about your journey as you open up more online. Take your time. Do it in your own time.
So important.
We're waiting. We're here. We're ready whenever you are ready. So it's beautiful. Love it.
Thank you so much for having me. And for me, this is my first time talking about everything together as well. So thank you for the platform to do that on.
You're very welcome. Please let our viewers know where they can find you online.
Okay, so I am on Instagram at Sonya Elle Dee with a dot in between each one. So SONYAELLEDEE. And TikTok, Sonya Elle Dee, all together in one word.
Perfect. We'll have both linked below so you guys can check out and find Sonya. Her amazing makeup. It's literally your whole feed. I'm like, wow.
Oh.
I'm not really a makeup. I can do my own thing and that's it. But I do want to get into it a bit more. I can't do eyeliner.
Oh gosh.
Or lashes. So
I've got so many videos on eyeliner.
Yeah.
So
I'll be paying more attention. Thank you so much. I hope you guys also enjoyed the episode. Let us know in the comments anything that really resonated with you. We'd love to keep the conversation going there. Please subscribe and like and share with someone who would benefit from this episode. Sonya shared so many key gems. I'm sure you've got someone out there that would love to hear it as well. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, take care, stay blessed, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.